Talk about an easy call. Talk about a no-brainer. Nelson Mandela's memorial service. How do you react to it? On this side, you've got the man himself, the life being remembered and celebrated in a stadium filled with thousands of his countrymen and hundreds of leaders from around the world. An extraordinary, totally implausible life. A farm boy, a freedom fighter, a revolutionary, a prisoner of the state, and then father of his country, the new multiracial democratic South Africa. So you could look at it that way. Or you could focus on President Obama's eulogy, his reminder that Mandela, even Mandela, was not a perfect man, that none of us is perfect, but that we're all called nonetheless to work for a more perfect world, that we have a responsibility to get off the sidelines, to reject complacency and cynicism, to practice the principles we claim to possess, to stand against inequality, against poverty and disease. It's a call to battle, sure, but also a call to somehow get past the divisions and the bitterness to make common purpose. So you could look at it that way. You could even notice, if you're so inclined, that of all the world leaders who spoke, the one who got the loudest cheers was ours. Kind of nice when you think about it. So that's all on one side. Or you could get apoplectic about a handshake. You could decide that none of that other stuff mattered, that the only thing that mattered was that on his way to the podium, President Obama came face to face with the leader of Cuba, Raul Castro, and they shook hands. They shook hands. Betrayal! Sellout! How dare he! Forget protocol. Forget normal civility. Forget that the man whose life they were celebrating was famous for reaching out to his enemies, even to his jailers. And of course, forget the decades of pictures of other prominent Americans, Democrats and Republicans, presidents and future presidents and wannabe presidents, shaking hands with tyrants every bit as despicable as Raul Castro, Mao, Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein, even Fidel Castro. But this was different. This was Barack Obama shaking hands. Time to dial up the outrage. So the question is, what kind of a person would react that way? I already told you, a no-brainer.